This is about golf.
This is about skeet shooting. That's what we're doing today. That's what the guys told me.
I told my girlfriend about this, and that was the first thing she said. If he's this crazy, he should be skeet shooting.
That would have been pretty cool if we had pulled that off. If we had had like some real artillery, and we were pointing
up in the hills, like I was saying.
Yeah,
where the backwoods folks are.
That would be good. You know, Jim doesn't go on camera.
He'll explain it to you, and you can just be like.
Okay, and then from there, then we shred this crazy descent on our disc brakes.
Down there to the next.
Brah! Hard to get out of here, actually.
You're gonna have to roll over backwards, dude.
Really?
Yeah, feet over your head, I think. Roll it out.
But there's this big crazy spider right here.
This thing is huge.
I know. Here, I'm getting up. Oh, God.
That way?
Don't worry about that. That was... Look at that.
You gotta check out this spider.
You guys get the shot you need of south?
Yeah, we're gonna do it again.
All right, let's set some boundaries for him. All right, man. Here's the finish line. Let's see it.
Be gentle now.
Oh yeah, we're not touching it. Let's see the finish line. Let's see the finish line. All right, go. And they come out.
His eyes are making a big go for it.
Yeah, he's ready. All right, man. Timmy J is catching you. Let's see it, dude. Come on. Sprint for it now. Sprint for it. Go! Don't stop now. Dear God, don't stop. Oh. Oh. Almost. Dude, you just crushed that, man. Congratulations. Bravo. Well done. Yeah! Woo! Whoa, come on. What? Come on, you guys do this again? No, that's not you. Is it? What? When did that happen? Gosh. I don't know. That is pro, man. Is that alright? You okay with that one? That one is pro. So we're here, we're back at Easton and Giro, two of Behind the Barrier's biggest sponsors and supporters. You guys remember last year we were out here for a exclusive behind the scenes look at all of the factory, basically how the testing goes down, how the product development happens, everything that happens here in Santa Cruz / Scotts Valley, California at the Giro Easton headquarters. So we are back. We had done a photo shoot for some of the new disc brake stuff that we're doing that Easton is producing, and now we're back at the offices and we're going to get some of that exclusive stuff that we weren't able to get last year because we didn't have the clearance. But see, now that second year I got a little bit more street cred around here, I can make phone calls, and yeah, so we're going to take you guys behind the scenes, show you some stuff that we didn't get to show you last year. And I have a big poster as you walk in, which is always cool. What you get, a couple years, phone call. All right, let's go. We're at the Dome.
So this is Paul Kelly, and Paul is one of the main engineers behind the Air Attack. Actually did a lot of work on the magnetic shield, which I know is not a feature that you're using in the helmet, but he also did quite a bit of work on the fit system, which is pretty unique, and I just wanted to have somebody here to hear a little feedback from you. And you know, one of the things I've been thinking about was looking a little bit at some of your races recently, and I thought we'd look at a little race footage.
From the 1950s?
A little something. Thought you might be able to relate to some of this.
See, I get made fun of sometimes when I'm. See, that guy was a real trooper. He got right back up. Clean the bike off a little bit. Use it as an anchor. Throw it in the river.
Yeah. Typical Portland course, right?
Yeah.
Look at that sinking.
Oh, he's got his hair parted and everything.
I mean, the original idea for the helmet came from the original Air Attack, which, if you look at it, and you look at that vintage TT helmet there as well, both of these were things we developed for Le Mans back in the day. When you hold the two of them up, you can see in the profile shape, they're really similar.
Definitely.
And then you see the elongated tail, you know, the traditional thinking that a 3-to-1 ratio for aerodynamics was the most efficient form. And obviously, as you see cars and other things become more aerodynamic, we've seen a little change in thinking towards what's called a cam tail or a shortened design. And basically by getting the right curvature and kind of the right draft length here, you don't actually need the long tail. You can shorten this thing and the shape will hold the air really well and virtually kind of create that tail. So you get a shape that's a lot more versatile. It's something you can use instead of having to use something that really has limited potential. There's no way you could ever wear a helmet like that, right? And even for TTing, that thing's kind of bulky.
It'd be pretty sweet though.
You want some radicals?
If Rafa starts coming out with Transformer type gear, then that might be the right helmet for that, you know?
Let us know.
Okay.
So, all that said, how is it working for you? What's your impression?
Yeah, I look at it strictly on a performance. I think that it's really, for me, I look at it and I say, this helmet is faster. Mm-hmm. This helmet can help me get to where I want to go to, and it's a performance advantage that other guys aren't using, and it's really for me, it feels the same and works the same like any other the other helmet that I have from you, and so I've been really happy with how it's like, in terms of cooling and fit and feel, and I think with the style, I don't actually mind the style at all. You know, people like to heckle, but I think it looks fine. I think it's got a cool, like a retro look to it in a weird way. Cool. But overall for me, it's about performance and about trying to get, when you're on that loop at, say, the Roubaix World Cup, and you, let's just say you had a first bad half an hour of a race, and then you're trying to come back and you're trying to clock in these really fast lap times, and you're riding in the wind the whole time like I was. There was a section of that course where it was a direct headwind all on the velodrome. So you come onto it and you do a long turn all the way through the velodrome, a big long headwind section. Then you make a hard left-hander back into another long headwind section to a set of barricades. Whoa. And even if that saved me 15 seconds over the course of the race, well, why would you not want that? I want everything that I can, every second that I can get.
It's really crazy is if you look at a sprint. So we got some data from Bernard Easel, who was the lead-out man for Cavendish a couple of years ago, and we took this from a Giro d'Italia stage. So as he ramped up for a final sprint, he was averaging almost 700 watts for about 34 seconds, and in that period of time, reduced his power output. He could have reduced it by 12 watts with this helmet. So that's literally the difference from finishing in the bunch to being there shoulder to shoulder probably with Cavendish. I mean, you could go back and look at video. He's going almost a half a kilometer per hour faster just with the change in helmet.
So you heard it right here first, people. If you guys can do 700 watts for 35 seconds at the end of a 5-hour road stage,
you're a man.
You can be making a bunch of money as Cav's last lead-out guy.
Yeah. But even for you, like, I don't know what your power output numbers are for, say, the last quarter of a lap, if the race is close. But you're probably pushing...
You're getting high. You're definitely getting high. I don't know what they are either, to be completely honest with you. But this is definitely a very honest situation for a cyclocross race. You could be, this is totally, I don't know that I'd be doing 700 for 34 seconds. I have no idea what I'd be doing. But yes, this is definitely a situation where the helmet could come into play. And this is this would be a great application. Right. Makes sense.
So we can actually, if we get that data from your training, like if you were to do an interval and we just took a snapshot of it, we could probably, I'm guessing you're not going to be too far off this, to be honest. But even so, you know, the distance, so the big thing in a sprint was really looking at distance. So literally over 30 seconds, he could have been 4 meters faster. That's a lot of bike lengths.
Sure.
So that's the kind of thing where when we're looking at a sprint that comes down to a tire width or a half a bike length, the helmet, even with your power numbers probably being slightly lower than this, the helmet will get you that.
Sure.
We're confident of that. And we've got the test lab set up so we can go over there and teach you a little bit about testing and run the helmet through an impact or two.
Yeah.
So you were behind me and witnessed it. Otherwise, I could just come back here and played it off.
Alright, so we're in the back. We finally got into the ultra top secret test lab, even though it's not that secret. We are going to look at how a Giro helmet gets tested. Our man Nico is here. Nico, welcome to the show.
Hello.
Thank you for your time today. Nico's going to take us through how and what this actually means for us, what this goes down, how this applies to you guys.
So what you're looking at here is the helmet testing program that we have here in the dome. So this is the most stringent test right here, the 2 meter drop.
All right.
Makes a lot of noise. It's really exciting.
All right.
What we're going to do is the drop, and then we're going to be able to show you the actual measurement of it. You want to know the force inside of your brain, what happens inside of your brain. You can't measure force directly, but you can kind of measure it indirectly with a little sensor that we have inside called an accelerometer.
Since this is my old competition, Christian Hoyle, from the Swiss delegation, this is actually an Air Attack. This is the helmet that we're here talking about today. That's legitimately the new helmet. So if I were to, let's say, I'm at the Roubaix World Cup, I'm flying down, I lose my brakes for some reason, and I'm coming down and I do a 2 meter drop. This is going to tell us exactly what happens right now.
It's going to tell you what happens to your brain.
I'm probably going to be a little rattled, but I'm not going to be dead, and that's what this is about. So let's, yeah.
This is a high-speed get-off.
This is a high-speed get-off?
This is a kind of a worst-case scenario.
Okay.
This is you sprinting.
Yep.
Maybe somebody chops your front wheel, and you hit the ground.
Right.
Hard.
This is bad news.
This is bad news.
It happens to everyone. Hopefully not often.
In this standard, you're allowed to be no more than 300, and this helmet is down here below 250, so it's looking pretty good. See a little bit of indicators inside of here.
Yep.
A little bit of flattening.
Right. This is
this
is fairly controlled, right? Like that didn't. We don't have the scrapes and stuff like that, but that was. What would you say like the weight of that is? That's like a 150-pound dude smashing into a curb at. What do you think the speed would be on that? Just to give a real life scenario.
Well, the speed is it's 6 meters per second, roughly. So that's slamming directly into a wall. Now keep in mind that normally when you crash,
sure,
you're kind of glancing.
Yeah.
Right? So this is sort of the component of that as far as what it would be if you hit straight on.
Right.
So it's a little more hardcore.
Yeah.
And it would save your life.
Everybody can get behind that. Everybody likes it.
So for an equivalent, without the helmet, how high do you have to drop the head form to get 250 Gs?
Probably
Couple
like
inches?
an inch.
Right.
Yeah, it wouldn't take much.
Right. If we strap it up, and can we hit it again? So you'll see one of the things we hear is like, hey, can I use the helmet even though it's got a crack or, you know, something's happened to it? So let's see the performance difference.
That would be good. That would be good for people to know. Because you know, you have it on top of your car and it flies off when you're going 40 on the back road, and then you're like, oh, that's fine.
It looks undamaged, right? There's no big dent on the outside, you know.
Yeah.
You look inside, you see this little crack, but that doesn't look like much. Sounds a little different.
So Sam, if you look at the curve now, you're up here at 350 instead of 250. So it definitely had a drop in performance. What happens is you compress the foam, so now your spring is shorter.
Sure.
Just can't absorb as much.
It's pretty serious. That's with the test already.
Yeah. This stuff is amazingly strong.
And I'm a porker, man. I'm 100 whatever.
But it takes...
I'm not even revealing my weight.
So I mean, it's done.
It's been, I've jumped on it, you've jumped on it, we put it through the crusher.
But it still looks fine. Like if somebody were to dig in the dumpster or whatever and find it, you can take the thing. I broke the pads. Scuffed it a little. Slight dent.
Now it looks more like it's actually taken an impact. Now we've really, now we could go to the local coffee shop and tell a good story. Like,
For sure.
man.
Yeah.
Should have seen that. Should have seen the car that I messed up.
Yeah, exactly. And actually got a little crack.
Yep.
But it's
That
still,
was a hard hit.
But it still looks more or less like a helmet.
Yes.
So we'll go over here. And
Someone would definitely be like, well, if I wasn't wearing a helmet at all, this would be better.
better than nothing.
Than nothing.
Oh,
Yeah.
people say that a lot.
That's right, of course.
It's been a good helmet. Great for the testing. Did its job.
It's a rough life.
And now nobody's gonna wear it.
No one's wearing that now. Yeah, what do
So
you got?
look, you roll dice,
Yeah.
okay?
You know how we roll over at Rafa, right? Big dog pitbull style.
Lame. Lame.
I'm trying to say we got loot,
Yeah.
we got lettuce.
So look, you roll the dice.
Yep.
So right now, once you get a pair,
Yep.
whatever the other number is, I got a 6.
Okay.
So you keep rolling. 1, 2, 3 is automatic lose. 4, 5, 6, CeeLo, automatic win. You got it?
If I did 4, hang on.
If you did 4, 5, 6,
Yep.
I don't even get to roll. You win.
Okay.
That's a win.
All right.
1, 2, 3, we're done. I win.
You win.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so I only have $1 in cash.
Yeah, cash. That's for all the spoils. man.
Ready?
Yeah.
Go.
Who goes first?
You can go first.
I go first?
Yeah, why
I don't
not?
want to go first.
Okay, I'll go first. Ooh!
So what does that mean?
That's nothing. I just keep rolling until you get a pair.
Until I get a scores.
You know what I mean? So, see, I got
6.
a 6. I'm gonna take your money right now. Boom. Go ahead and roll. You gotta beat a 6.
I want to understand it
tie
for a
it.
minute.
You gotta tie it.
Yeah, go ahead. Try to take my money.
Yeah. Ooh, go.
See now, 4, 5,
You just keep rolling until you get
4,
a pair
5,
and
6
then
will
the
beat
other
it.
number. Keep going.
He can't.
Come on, Joe.
I'm gonna smash you up.
6.
I got a 6, so
Oh.
I didn't. He didn't. So now
Go.
you gotta get a 4, 5, 6 or a 6.
Oh
What's
my
up?
God!
Hey, how did it feel getting your money took? How did it feel getting your money took? That's what's up. Now.
What an idiot.
Hang on, let me make this a little more formal. All right, so we're back down in the Easton Wheel Lab. This is where everything went down. Last year we built a wheel, we were tinging them, making stuff happen. I'm here with Scott. Scott's gonna walk us through this exclusive, pretty much Jeremy Powers disc wheel that Easton created for this year's disc brake bike.
Yeah, this is a special wheel made for you. It's a lightened up, pared down version of the cross-country mountain bike racing hub. And it's laced to a special version of the EC90 SL rim. So this one is...
Which is the cantilever rim that we raced last year and the beginning of this year.
It's the same profile, it's the same mold. This is a slightly modified layup. It's a slightly different version of the rim. Of course, larger graphics to make it look like a special wheel. But it's also, very importantly, it's drilled specifically for this hub, so that the spoke angles go in the right way. We can make a little bit of a stiffer rim that way.
I can definitely tell the stiffness for sure from
from last year, from the cantilever version, from this regular production wheel to this year's wheel, I can definitely feel the stiffness and just the way the bike handles and the tires move, and just everything feels a lot different. And
there are a few differences there. One of the major differences is that the left side of the rear wheel and both sides of the front wheel have a cross-lacing pattern, whereas with the traditional rim brake version, it's a radial laced left side and front.
Okay.
It's also a slightly stiffer spoke, specifically on the drive side, just for you.
we love that. So that's my racing wheel. Now let's talk about the XD90, my training tire, training wheels. Tell us a little bit about this wheel, how this is available now, if people wanted to get this. This is obviously I've really enjoyed this, really have a lot of miles on these already this year.
Been training on these as well?
Definitely, yeah, big time. This is what I've been training on pretty much since the end of October when I started using discs. This was what I switched over to. So yeah, I really like it because obviously I can use it like in this setup with the tubeless. You know, that's really good. Run nice low tire pressure. I just get a lot of really good feedback from this setup that way. And then, you know, if I'm doing something like I'll ride where I want to do like road and cross, sometimes I ride with tubes in the tires, and then I'll just take a set of, you know, I'll have road tires on to start out, then I'll take a set of these Kevlar tires, just fold it up in the back. I'll go over, pump them up real quick, put those on, and then switch back. Literally, it takes me only maybe 15-20 minutes to do that whole process. So sometimes, you know, if I really have to get in both and I don't have someone to like drive over a set of wheels, it's a nice fit for me. So
You don't want to put a bunch of miles on the tubulars.
exactly. For all the, come on, give me a word. Support, help, love. Give me a better support. I know, support sounds so industrial though. It sounds like so.
It's pretty industrial.
You know what I mean? It sounds like it's like
Thanks for all the
Snuggling.